Are you thinking of selling your home as a for sale by owner to avoid dishing out commission fees to a real estate agent? It's California real estate, right? It sells itself. Great, so you're all set to go it alone and negotiate with some of the most seasoned negotiators in one of the toughest real estate markets in California. How tough can it be? For sale by owners listings, known as FSBOs, are in theory great, but rarely pan out as planned. Today we'll discuss the pitfalls of for sale by owner listings and why they consistently have such low success rates.
Realm Real Estate, your guide to everything real estate encountered in the East Bay. Connect, inspire, guide.
Hi friends, Amber Hom here, your friend in real estate. Today we're going to go over FSBO home listings and just a few of the potential pitfalls and obstacles a FSBO listing faces in today's real estate market. If you decide to go this route, I've got a quick scratch list for your first few days in the game. First off, you're going to need to figure out market value. Online valuations are famously inaccurate, so you'll need a backup plan here. Next, take some amazing photos, video, and a 360-degree tour of your house that are well lit and show the property in all its best angles. Pull all the contacts in your marketing you've collected over the years and put them to work. Brush up on your California real estate law, being sure to zero in on how to avoid getting sued for accidentally missing something on a disclosure document. Figure out how to get an account with the MLS website and a dozen other real estate focused marketing sites. Decide which repairs on your home to make in the quickest time possible while being cost effective, aiding your home inspection, and netting you the largest return on your investment. Have a vetted list of repair companies, electricians, plumbers, etc. that can get it done right the first time and on time. Make sure your personal and work calendar are clear so that at a moment's notice you can conduct tours of your home, respond to email inquiries and phone calls quickly so you don't risk losing a potential buyer. Be prepared to decide how much, if any, commission you're willing to negotiate with a buyer's agent on your home, and be prepared to have less agents interested in the home if you're not willing to wiggle those terms. After all, without a seller's agent to deal with, they know there will be slower response times, mistakes to correct, and other obstacles to deal with in a FSBO that's not netting them any more money for their additional workload. And maybe some quick math to determine how much you may be losing or gaining by not hiring your own agent once factoring in the cost of time on market, which is likely to be longer as a FSBO listing. Just add up the monthly cost of continuing to own your house, include the mortgage, property taxes, utilities, fees, and seasonal maintenance costs. The longer on the market, the more it costs. These are just things to do in the first few days of listing a home and going it alone on what's likely the largest financial deal you'll ever be involved with.
That's it. That's your first week or so.
Got your attention? Great. So let's get right into identifying why most people opt for the FSBO route and address those on a point-by-point basis. Money. A primary goal of any homeowner opting to go the FSBO route is profit, and there's really nothing wrong with that. But in many FSBO listings, more money is often left on the table due to a myriad of things such as bad or inexperienced negotiations, poor listing price choices, extended time on the market, and loss of potential buyers due to a lack of knowledge or a plan for how to determine if an offer is backed by someone that is actually financially qualified for the amount offered. If FSBO is such a great idea, why aren't more homeowners choosing this route? Well, they say it's all in the numbers, so let's see what the numbers have to say. The growing complexity of real estate transactions and the rise of low commission real estate is chipping away at the popularity of FSBO listings. In the year 2020, FSBO sellers represented only 8% of all home sales. Many FSBO sellers hope they can save money by not using an agent, and that's fair enough. But the reality is that studies show FSBO homes sell for less than agent-assisted properties. Collateral Analytics, a real estate analytic firm, conducted a study a few years ago that found FSBO homes sold for an average of 5.5% less than comparable homes listed on the multiple listing service, otherwise known as the MLS. That 5.5% is significant. Why? Because it's remarkably close to the average commission rate on a typical home sale. The takeaway here is that sellers are earning 5.5% less and doing way more work by managing the sales process on their own. This analytic study is considered a low-ball number by other studies, which put that average selling price difference between FSBO and agent-represented sales as high as 26%. 61% of FSBO sellers are trying to save money, but analytics show the results is often a net loss or break even. 37% are trying to save time, yet FSBO homes can and often do sit on the market for a significantly longer period of time than agent assistant homes. Moreover, the home sale process is typically complex and time consuming, and for many sellers without an agent, it amounts to a full-time job. The average real estate agent may log anywhere between 20 to 200 hours of work on a listing. An amateur will likely take twice as long. 36% are very confident they can sell without an agent, but many FSBO sellers eventually cave and hire a realtor. In fact, there's a whole cottage industry out there of realtors who literally target FSBO listings knowing the listing will fail, and these realtors have scripted approaches to line up your business. They even make money coaching other realtors in this arena. You'll learn more about them, as many will likely contact you shortly after your listing goes live. A good agent can help with all the goals that most FSBO listings are trying to accomplish. They can help save money, time, and mitigate the risk of a botched FSBO sale. FSBO listers, don't forget to read the fine print. Many people are cognizant of the fact that they're gonna be dealing with real estate agents with years of experience in negotiations. The sellers may themselves be experienced in the financial market and accustomed to dealing with high dollar amounts. With so much information available on the internet and prepackaged legal paperwork services, these owners are pretty confident they can work through it. Many know California is a hotbed for high-end and successful real estate agents, but they tend to forget that California is not only a real estate mecca, but it's also home to one of the biggest litigious land minefields in the country. Because of this, the absolute minimum you should invest in when going the FSBO route is an attorney service that specializes in real estate law, which could set you back up to $6,000 in upfront retainer fees. You went FSBO to avoid commission, but you should still be prepared to pay a commission. The odds are that a buyer will be represented by an agent who not only helps locate them homes that meet their criteria, the agent also represents the buyer's interests, not the seller's. A seller is typically responsible for handling the contract on the sale of the home. If you opted to not hire an attorney to deal with contract issues, then the ball's in your court. The buyer's agent knows this, and in FSBO transactions, they're often called on to handle both ends of the contract and other paperwork, which is much more work for less money. Knowing this, many buyer's agents will avoid FSBO listings not only for contract issues, but also steering their clients away from potentially aired transactions and unethical listing choices by the seller, as the seller has no professional license to hold, which many buyer's agents know can come with dangerous turf. It's safer for many to steer clear. Attaching a 2.5% to 3% commission for the buyer's agent not only raises more eyebrows and gets more looks in the FSBO direction, it shows the seller is serious about their listing and not trying to take advantage of anyone. The other negative for a buyer's agent is knowing ahead of time the seller will likely make mistakes, miss deadlines, and potentially elongate escrow. And that can be pretty bad for their clients if they're trying to perfectly time moving out of one place and into the place they're buying. There's so much more to consider, like marketing, tours, message response time allocation, filling out paperwork, dealing with escrow, contract negotiations, correctly pricing the home, and so much more. Here's a quick round of questions you need to be able to answer. Well, actually, that you'd be required to answer when listing a home. Are you familiar with the different types of contingencies and how they are removed? How much of a deposit should a buyer put down and why? When are you able to keep any of their deposit if they back out? Once you're in contract, can you back out without potential legal or financial repercussions? Have you ever negotiated a sale this large, and what's your strategy? What's your role, the buyer's agent's role, and what does escrow do? What do you need to disclose to buyers upfront to prevent a lawsuit after closing? How will you resolve a dispute if one occurs after you close escrow? If all or any of these questions stump you in any way, you really need to rethink your strategy for FSBO listings. I'll leave you with this true story of an interaction between Ernest Hemingway and the famous landscape photographer Ansel Adams. The two met at a party where Hemingway noted what brilliant photographs Ansel took and asked what kind of camera he used to get such great pictures. Ansel replied with a question of his own, asking what kind of typewriter wrote all of Hemingway's amazing stories. It was then that Ernest realized the implication of his question. The photographer makes the choices that take a great photograph. just as a writer's mind formulates the stories on the page, not the typewriter. The same holds true for a good real estate agent. Houses don't sell themselves. Blanked, prepackaged legal paperwork doesn't fill itself out correctly. Expensive smartphones don't promptly reply to potential buyers, and websites like Zillow don't decipher accurate market reports to correctly price your home. It takes time, knowledge, communication, skill, and experience to do all of these things. Choose wisely, my friends. Thanks for joining us. If you have any real estate related questions, please feel free to drop comments or questions below or contact us directly. We're here to help. I'm Amber Hom, your friend in real estate, and we'll see you next time.
Realm Real Estate, your guide to everything real estate in Concord in the East Bay. Connect, inspire, guide.